So I want to show you something that's particular to Desmos, and that's how to shorten a line. So this line that I've graphed, y equals x plus 3, it goes on forever. It goes on forever in both directions, and if I zoomed out, you'd see that it goes on forever in both directions. What I want to show you, though, is something that is a way to shorten that line. So let's say I only wanted this line to go maybe from here to here. So I want the line to not appear down here and not appear up here, and I only want to show that part of the line that goes in between those two marks that I just made. So we talk about that as restricting the domain of that line, and we remember the domain means the x's. If I draw lines down here to the x-axis, I can see that I'm saying I want my line to start when x is -4 and end when x is 1. Well, that's that compound inequality we've been talking about pretty much all year. I want to say -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 1. And I want to tell Desmos how to do that. So what I do is I'm going to go right next to this equation in the input bar, right next to it, and I'm going to add something onto that line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this keyboard, and I'm going to hit this ABC button. When I hit that ABC button, I get kind of a new keypad. And what I'm looking at is this little item down here, these squiggly brackets. And what I'm going to do is right next to the y equals x plus 3, I'm going to add those squiggly brackets, and then inside the squiggly brackets, I'm going to put exactly what I wrote on the screen here. So -4, I'm going to go back to, the keypad. -4 is less than or equal to x, and I did not put that in the right place. -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 1. And what happened is I no longer see the rest of that line. My line now starts when x is -4 and it ends when x is 1. If I guess I can't tap on the graph and show you that. I could also think of, let's say I put another equation in here, like a y equals -x plus, let's do plus 6. So this blue line. With the red line, I restricted the domain. I said I want it to go from when x is -4 to when x is 1. I could also restrict the range. Let's say I wanted this line to show up everywhere that's less than when y is 6, so everywhere this way. I could do this two ways. I could restrict the domain, or I could restrict the range. In this case, let me restrict the range. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before, hit that ABC button and then add those squiggly brackets. And I'm going to say I want to show all of the, that line for all of the y that are less than or equal to 6. And when I do that, sorry, I drew on this so we can't see it, that line goes forever in the negative direction, but if I traced it with my finger, it would continue to go up and up and up and up and up, and it would stop when y is equal to 6. So we can stop those stop lines or start them or stop and start them by restricting their domain or the range. What's going to happen in the next couple of screens is we're going to practice that. This idea of restricting the domain and the range with these squiggly brackets is particular to Desmos. Not every software program you use would use that same squiggly bracket idea. That's called the syntax of a program. It's the particular grammar that's involved in a particular software package. And for Desmos, it's the squiggly brackets, and it's really easy to understand. We think about starting and stopping. One thing we want to keep in mind with any inequality is we want to make sure we have the smallest number to the left and the biggest number to the right. I see kids try this sometimes. 1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to -4, and the line just disappears. And that's because those numbers are not in the right order. So we always want to go least to greatest and make sure your compound inequality is written correctly. All right, so try the next couple of screens.